fair to worry about Jayden?
Yeah. They're going to make the playoffs. They have 7 wins banked, and they've got,
easy schedule.
Well, they've got 2 left against Dallas, with either Cooper or Trey playing.
Right.
They get Tennessee and they get New Orleans. And I know you like Tennessee, oddly, but I don't know.
Well, the defense is tough. That's all they can do.
But they don't have to beat any good teams to get to 11 wins.
I agree.
So even if they lose one of those easy games and lose to all the good teams, they still get to 10 wins. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not worried about them missing the playoffs, but my preseason concerns about Washington, who I think, higher on. I had him finishing second in the division because I didn't believe in Philly. If you remember, I said Washington would be alive for the postseason. Didn't have him in it, but the concern was twofold. First one is you can set your watch to it. Starting around Halloween, Cliff Kingsbury offenses turn into pumpkins. That is at Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes. That is at Arizona with Kyler. And it appears to have started a couple weeks ago in Washington, and it is odd, and I can't figure it out, except that it has happened every year of his coaching career.
It's true.
And the other concern, and this is one that I promise you I was rooting to be wrong about, and I'm still rooting to be wrong about, but is that a 195-pound man can't play quarterback, especially where running is a big part of your game in the NFL. And it took him less than half a season before he suffered an injury that appears to have changed the way he plays. And so we can show it to you, but he made it 6 games and a quarter before he got his rib cracked. And since then, remember, he was completing a historic completion percentage. Now it's well below league average. The rushing has fallen off a cliff, particularly the last 2 games. Nobody doubted. We all saw the kid set records and win the Heisman.
Yep.
Nobody doubted the talent, but that is a concern. And I think you're seeing, and it wasn't even like a devastating injury or a devastating hit, but it was significant enough to change the way he's playing in their offense. So, yeah, that's a concern.
So, Brew, I had Dusty pull this video. I think this was in the first quarter. It looks like the old Jayden Daniels would just get this first down, and the current Jayden Daniels could take it outside. It's just like, kind of just avoid, like doesn't want to take a huge hit, but doesn't seem to have the explosiveness.
Right there, he's got the whole field.
Expecting. It reminded me, this clip, watching it, of when we watched Lamar not have that breakaway speed. Not just hit this corner and go.
Last year,
Yeah, so it hit my radar of like, this.
No. Okay. Let's talk about this. No, we're having a messy conversation about Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders now, and it's not fair to the Commanders. It's not fair to sorry, I'm getting my notes, to Jayden Daniels either. First off, he took a shot when he was trying to convert that 4th down, so he's not afraid to get hit. He's not unsure of himself in that regard. He was unsure what to do in the situation because of Vic Fangio and the defense. The Eagles' defense had the Washington Commanders and Jayden Daniels confused all night. Vic Fangio is an elite defensive mind, and Jayden Daniels is a rookie. I've talked about this so much that's what happens with these rookie quarterbacks. I don't know why people just have amnesia with this, but we see this again and again and again. And the Commanders saw this with Mike Tomlin. I told them that was going to happen, or had a great likelihood of happening going into that Steelers game, as well as this Eagles game. That is why defensive coaches get paid the big bucks. If they can't beat a rookie quarterback and make a rookie quarterback confused, then they go, what are they doing here? Right? We've seen this with all great defensive coaches or defensive coordinators, whether it be Vic Fangio, who was against, for the Eagles versus the Commanders, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick. Like, that is how they make their money. Pete Carroll, like, that is what they do. They understand quarterback play. They understand the weaknesses and the limitations of a rookie quarterback, and they're able to exploit it. This has happened for decades at this point. So there's nothing to really worry about in that regard. In terms of Jayden Daniels' mobility, fortunately for Jayden Daniels, what also makes him special is not just his ability to be mobile. That's the difference. His ability to throw the ball is really, really high level. He's got a beautiful touch and beautiful anticipation and timing and processing speed. So if he was so heavily reliant on his mobility in terms of like ripping off a big 10, 15-yard run, no. He could, and this is what I said going into the season as well. And some Commanders fans got mad at me, but for the most part, they understood what I was saying. I said, you got to be Patrick Mahomes, not Lamar Jackson. Be Mahomes, not Lamar. Mahomes uses his mobility to just kind of escape when needed, to buy some time, but he's not ripping off these 20, 30-yard runs. And when he does so in a way where he's either going to be able to sneak out of bounds or, just not get hit at all. He plays that game where he tries to bait defensive players, but he keeps himself protected for the most part. That is what Jayden Daniels needs to do and will do, because I believe in the intelligence and the maturity of Jayden Daniels. So that's going to be a process. That's going to be no different. Him developing that part of his game is going to be no different than him needing to develop, his ability to read defenses in the NFL, whatever it may be. It's another aspect of his game that he'll need to get comfortable with, because it'll be something that he hasn't really had to necessarily do ever since the dude was probably like 3 years old. So it's all a work in progress. He is a rookie quarterback. I've tried to emphasize that in all my videos. It's extraordinary what we're seeing. It's exciting. He's amazing. He's already proving to be like a legitimate top quarterback in the NFL and is going to have ideally a long future ahead of him. But he's still a rookie. He's still going to have some growing pains. He's still going to have issues. And yes, he's going to struggle against a top defense in the NFL. The Eagles have literally a top defense in the NFL. It's not an opinion. It's a literal, it's a fact. Like, it can't be argued. And so rookie quarterbacks typically are going to struggle. Just the way it goes. Especially when that rookie quarterback doesn't have a stacked roster. Okay? He doesn't have a stacked roster. He's not flushed with A.J. Brown, Devontae, Saquon, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, right? Like, he's not flushed with that. So, of course, it's going to be, some struggles. Of course, especially against a divisional game. Going up against the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, that's tough. Going up against the Ravens and Harbaugh, who they know how to really, they know Lamar Jackson very well, so that kind of gives them a leg up facing Jayden Daniels. Going in the on the road, Eagles divisional. This is a team that literally just went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Nick Wright, in an earlier clip, was literally wearing an Eagles hat saying, like, I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. At the very least, whether he believes that take or not, he acknowledges that they're a top team. I mean, top teams are supposed to do that to a rookie quarterback on a team that's a pretty good team. A team that's ahead of schedule. So fair to worry about Daniels? No. This is called the NFL, man. This is called football. This is called being a rookie. And this is why I do understand why people are always so quick to be like, hey, let's not get too high. Let's not get too high. And it's a balance. It's a balance, because when Jayden Daniels was first coming up and having a lot of success, you either had people that were like, oh my God, this guy's amazing, he's going to be the greatest quarterback ever. Or you had other people that were like, hey, let's see what he can do for the rest of the season. It's too early. And it's in between. You got to find the balance in between. You got to say, hey, this is amazing. This is awesome. This is so impressive what he's doing. This, that, and the third. But then also acknowledging, yeah, but I'm not expecting him to continue to throw at 80% completion percentage for the rest of the season. I'm expecting him to have these bad games, these bad moments, a bad loss, having some tough drives, tough weeks, whatever it may be, get a little banged up. I think that's all par for the course. I really, really do. I was prepared to kind of break down this game, but I've already done that in a couple clips, so this is fair. I appreciate this aspect of this conversation more than anything. Jayden Daniels in the NFL needs to learn how to fail in the NFL. He needs to learn how to overcome his failures. He needs to learn how to overcome the adversity. He needs to know, okay, this worked in this game, but it doesn't work in this game. And when that happens, what do I need to do? What's my fallback? Who's my security blanket? What's my go-to move? What do I need to do? How do I play when I'm a little banged up, when my ribs do hurt? What do I need to lean on more? What do I need to rely on more? What's my mentality going into the game? Those are all things that he needs to lean on. You think when Patrick Mahomes, messed up his ankle, like he didn't fall back on his years of experience of him being injured, having those moments and knowing, all right, I know in this moment that I'm not really good at doing X, Y, and Z, so I definitely really got to rely on whatever it may be. I really got to rely on this. Same thing with Andy Reid. Andy Reid knows, all right, Mahomes is a little hobbled right now. I'm going to call these plays now. I'm going to throw these other plays out, and I'm going to focus on this. That's what comes with experience. That is where the experience comes from. But now you're asking a rookie quarterback to figure this all out on the fly against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, these are top teams, top defenses minus, the Ravens defense, but still understanding how to contain a quarterback, like I said earlier. So no, it's not. It's really, really not. And this is definitely one of those things when it's you got to stay balanced when you get too high on a team. And I tried to brace the Commanders fans for landing. Going into that Steelers game, really kind of going into the Ravens game, I was like, I know everything's going really well. They're having some big games. This game, they're supposed to lose this game, right? You're really just looking to see how comfortable and confident Jayden Daniels can be. You're looking for the little things. And then going into the Steelers game, it was like, hey, Mike Tomlin, he's a great defensive mind. This is where he shines. This is where he shines. Let's look for the positives. And there was fantastic positives. And then same thing here with the Eagles. Like, this is just the way these seasons unfold. Absolutely, positively zero reason to panic. And even with the 190, yes, ideally the dude would gain another 25 pounds of pure muscle. I get it. And maybe that will happen. I don't know. But at the same time, he is such a beautiful thrower of the ball and has such an amazing touch that even if he continues to evolve physically and now realizes, okay, maybe my body can't handle those things, you're not going to tell me that Jared Goff can handle hits better than him, or that Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins. You're not going to tell me that these long-established quarterbacks, who I understand they're not mobile like Jayden Daniels, but Jayden Daniels does not have to be mobile to be special, at least mobile in this way. He can be Patrick Mahomes in that regard. In terms of mobility, I'm not saying he's going to be as great as Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying any of that type of stuff. But he should mimic his game after Mahomes in that regard, because I think he has the ability to do that. Not everybody has to be a power runner like a Lamar Jackson or even Jalen Hurts for that matter. These days, those seem to be the two biggest power runners. Josh Allen as well, I guess. Yeah, we gotta throw in the big monster as Josh Allen as well. He's just a little less like quick than say like a Jayden or Lamar. But yeah, I'll just say it one last time and end the clip there. Absolutely, positively nothing to worry about with Jayden Daniels. So please do not sound the alarm, and don't let anyone think that this is like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Welcome to rookie years for NFL quarterbacks. Whew. All right, we did it. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders? Shout out to JCT Slice. He saw this coming. He said they were going to sound the alarm on Jayden Daniels, especially to try to maybe elevate Caleb Williams. So JCT Slice absolutely called that at the end of the game. I think he commented that like way early in the morning or way late at night. So shout out to him. But let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.